Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerdist New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka ABACABB, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Nightwolf.
You really went there?
Yeah, you got him, man. Rep it.
It's like me going Black Falcon. I mean, you just can't go there. Yeah, we're back with another episode, and yeah, we're just gonna jump into it. Like I said, we got a bunch of topics we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about Mortal Kombat, which is everybody talking about right now. We're gonna talk about the Falcon Winter Soldier episode 6, which is the finale of it. Talk about some Shang Chi, talk about some comics, maybe video game section, depending on my mood, and we'll go from there. If I sound differently, it's because right before we started recording, I broke my mic, so I blame Eli for that. But yeah,
yeah, I got Leroy's clone in here now.
So hopefully we don't know how this show is going to go, but we're just going to just go with it with that. And we'll do that. So I guess the first thing we're going to do, Eli, is say rest in peace to Shock G.
Oh yeah.
Now I actually changed my Facebook profile to Shock G. A lot of people are like, who the hell is that? What is that? Like, because we, like I said, and this is weird. We keep talking about rappers that's passed on like that. We talk about DMX 2 weeks ago, which he just had a funeral. What, today? Yesterday?
Or yeah, this weekend, yeah.
Yeah, this weekend, something like that was close. They were talking about Black Pride, they were talking about Shock G. Now, Shock G, in my opinion, Eli, is a legend. I think he's a legend. I think he's up there. He's one of those legends that people don't really talk about, but I feel like they really should talk about. For one thing, because he did a lot. I mean, like I said, he was in the 90s, before Dr. Dre, before NWA, before Snoop Dogg. Like I said, Digital Underground was from Oakland, so he was one of the first big. Well, Digital Underground was one of the first big West Coast rap groups to come out. You know, people don't know
before Hammer. That was before Hammer.
Before I would count Hammer. Let's count it. Okay, we'll count Hammer. Yeah,
you better.
Also, that's what Shock G looks like. For those who if that doesn't look familiar to you, I'll show one more time. That doesn't look familiar to you. He also had an alter ego, which he was also one of the first rappers to have an ego of Humpty Hump. You know. If that looks familiar, you're like, why does that look like a thing? Because basically he took the persona of Groucho Marx from the Marx Brothers and decided to become Humpty Hump. Completely rap differently. People didn't even know they were the same guy when it was rapping, because he would actually rap on the thing. Yeah, he would like featuring Humpty Hump with Digital Underground, and he would take the first verse and Humpty Hump take the third verse. You're like, are they the same guy? Are they different? What? You know, you're confused. You don't know. You know, he was like before Kool Keith, before MF Doom. You know, he was doing that. You know, and then I guess other rappers took that. It's a lot of stuff that he says in those rap lyrics back then that rappers are taking nowadays. You don't know where it came from. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. Him first. He did all that. They were party rappers. You know, they had dances.
That's how it was back then, man.
The Humpty Hump,
all about rocking the party. Yeah.
Yeah. The third verse was, well, okay, you have a dance. Now you release the dance and say what that is. So that was a thing. His album, Sex Pack. Now, this is a classic album. Like, here's the thing. If you notice something about the Sex Pack album, there's no advisory sticker on here. So there's no explicit language. However, if you really listen to it, every song is about sex. But they had to do it in a like I don't know, like really suggestive way, or clever way to get the point across, inventive way to get the point across. It wasn't WAP. You know, where it just tells you what the song is about. You know, you grab him by the biscuit. You're like, what does he mean by that? You know,
lick my love pump. Yeah,
right. You know, stuff like that. So you had to be inventive with the rap with the lyrics back then. And Eli, since this is a podcast about comic books and entertainment and movies like that, do you remember a movie called Nothing But Trouble?
I do remember that movie. Yes.
Okay, so it was
that's pretty much my biggest knowledge of Digital Underground. Was the Humpty dance?
That was a big thing. That's pretty much like the
song,
thing that took.
Yeah, and the movie, and this
all
movie.
Around the World the same song. Yeah, so that's the song. That's the movie that pretty much took Digital Underground from here to that next level thing, because they was, like I said, it was a shitty Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd movie nobody saw. I think I remember seeing on HBO, whatever like that. But I used to just rewind it, fast forward it to the Digital Underground parts when I had it on VHS. They would do it. Of course, they released the song as a single. It was a single for the movie, so honestly, the song was bigger than the movie. Not only that, because not only was it a big song, it was also the first verse of Tupac Shakur. Yes, Shock
Oh
G
no shit.
discovered Tupac because at the time Tupac technically wasn't a member of Digital Underground, but he was like the roadie. He was like their go-to guy. Like, go get this, go get that. I think he was like a backup dancer or something like that. So Tupac was like he said, future artist, and then I think the first 2 albums or 3 albums, something like that, like Shock G helped produce those albums. Like Me Against the World, I Get Around, Digital Underground was featured on that song. So it was a big thing. So yeah, if you listen to this podcast, definitely go listen to some old Digital Underground. What we got here, Cliff, an
Cliff is in the
unofficial
house.
an unofficial member. Fish Fry, what up with you? Brother Cliff. See, Cliff know about Digital Underground. Yeah, so like I said, can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Yeah, sure.
Let's just jump into it. Let's just jump into the shit show.
Okay.
This shit show. This shit show. I don't know what you say. I know you said you were about to go see it, but I know you already had like a negative view of what you're about to say. Like, I already know this is going to be some bullshit. Let me go see it anyway. But I don't know what you said afterwards. So I'm just, so I'm going in completely blind on what you're going to say on it. So I feel like sex pack with my shit. See, Cliff, I know you know about Digital Underground. Everybody do what you like. Anyway, go listen to Sex Pack. Go listen to some Digital Underground. Listen to Tupac because he was on this shit also. If everybody's listening right now. So, like I said, we're gonna talk about Mortal Kombat. Eli, I'm just gonna Should we start off with like the history of the combat? Let's just jump into it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just go. Everybody, if you listen to this podcast, you know what Mortal Kombat is. You know what ABACABB start is. You know what that is. So let's just jump into it. Like I said, this is a brand new movie. This is a reboot. This is not Mortal Kombat 3 or anything connected to those old Christopher Lambert movies back in the 90s and like that. This is fresh. This is new actors, new storyline, all the stuff like that. Eli, like I said, I'm going first because I don't know what you're gonna say, but I do know that the internet is like tearing this movie apart. They're tearing this movie a new asshole. And honestly, in my opinion, I think this is the best video game movie ever made. Keep in mind, notice what I just said, that's a very low bar. So take that with a grain of salt. But as far as what I said, it's the best video game movie ever made. I think it's completely well. I think it's a lot of things that works for this movie. The fact that they turn like first off, the best thing about the movie is the Scorpion and Sub-Zero fights. Both of them. I'm spoiling the movie for you. It's whatever. So both of those fight scenes were awesome. People say that some of the weaknesses of the movie, that all the fight scenes weren't up to snuff. I think because I almost feel like that the two Sub-Zero Scorpion fights were almost done by somebody else because they feel way differently than everything else in the movie. Like they have like pace to them, like heat to them, or whatever you want to call it. Sub-Zero, I like how they had him like a Jason Voorhees character. Like he wasn't even a fighter. He was just like a force of nature the whole way through the movie. There were some memorable moments in there, like with like when Sub-Zero versus Jax, the Kung Lao fatality. There was a lot of that in there, like a lot of callbacks to the video games. I think for the video game wise, there's a lot of stuff you catch. Now, here's something that happened in the video game that I laughed my ass off at it, and I was the only person that I remember that laughed my ass off. This scene right here, the foot sweep. Now, most people don't realize that this is a callback to the game, because if you play the game, a bunch of scrubs, the only thing they do is just foot sweep all day. So when I saw that scene, I laughed my ass off. I did see some theaters also. Yeah, I saw this. So I think that's why
that's why you're mad.
Yeah. The first image was a great, got weird. I give it a B. Liu Kang acting needed a damn sandwich. Liu Kang acting in the first movie was skinny as fuck, but he was like ripped. He was skinny but ripped. Like Bruce Lee. This one was almost, I hate to say it, I hope we don't get canceled, androgynous, in my opinion. That's me. Anyway, what else I got to say about the movie? Oh, and the person that stole the movie that I wasn't expecting for that to happen, Kano. To me, Kano stole the movie. Every time he showed, like the movie was kind of like going through its paces for a while. I'm like, it's cool, it's all right. But every time Kano showed up, anything he said, he was just being an asshole the whole time. I was having fun with it, with the movie. Trying to think for the time, what else was going on with this movie? Not a bad. I'm not just kiss this movie's ass all day. Now for the bad. The main character, the lead actor in the movie, Cole Young, whatever his name was, sucked ass. It just is what it is. Cabal. I did like Cabal because Cabal was like the asshole bad guy that Kano was, even though he was an asshole good guy. So they was kind of like playing off each other. It made no sense why he had a Brooklyn accent. I didn't care. I just thought it was funny. So, and that's the thing. I didn't take the movie too seriously. I just enjoyed it. I got what I wanted. I stuffed my face with popcorn. I got some cool fight scenes. Subzero and Scorpion was cool. Now, Eli, there was one thing that really did bother me more than anything else in this movie. The fact that Scorpion and his great grandson jumped Sub-Zero. It was a 2-on-1. When did it be cool? When it became cool for the good guys to jump the bad guy? It should have been 1-on-1. You should have ran it 1-on-1. You take an L, you take an L. I don't like this new trend of good guys jumping bad guys. That's my thing. Even with Thanos. Hey, one of you go 1-on-1 with Thanos. Don't jump him while he's eating soup and shit. You know, that's my thing. So, overall, my opinion, I get the movie 4 out of 5. Go for it, Eli. Rip this movie new asshole. Okay.
Well, when they were fighting and bloody and blood was going on, it was cool. When they when they weren't fighting and when there was no blood, then it wasn't cool. That's my review.
Okay, well, that's short,
the
sweet,
fight
to the
scenes
point.
were cool. Yeah, I thought the fight scenes were fine. I thought the violence was all there. I was all good with that. But I don't think I dug. I thought it got slow at some point. It didn't have to need to be 2 hours long. They could have kept it or whatever. It was over 90 minutes and it didn't need to be. You know. Yeah, I didn't care about the characters. It's like they were trying to mesh like this big epic. It kind of reminded me of like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, where it's like these big epic, wide, extravagant production, but it's cheesy as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like trying to be serious, but it's also cheesy as fuck. And that's what I got with this big, wide, epic scale to this movie, but it was really kind of dumb. And I don't know if
but that's what sold it on me. I expected to be cheesy dumb.
Well, I expected it to be cheesy, and I expected not to take it seriously. But they were trying to take it seriously by trying to make us give a shit about all this drama, about this family shit that I didn't care about. And then when it tried to be cheesy, I wasn't laughing. So it's like they failed on both. They're trying to be the serious drama going on, but then they were trying to be cheesy and funny, and they both clashed. The two tones just collided with each other. It didn't work. I wasn't laughing at the cheesy shit, and I didn't give a fuck about the drama shit. So just when they weren't punching each other, I didn't care. But other than that, yeah, the fights were cool. So the beginning was dope. Like Cliff said, the first 10 minutes was dope. Just give me that fucking movie. I didn't, give me ninjas back in the day, fucking cutting each other up. That was dope. That beginning fight was dope. Yes, the Sub-Zero Scorpion fight was dope. And I probably the only time that I laughed was Jack smashing dude's head. Like, was it Ryko's head? Like,
right.
Like Ricky O, the story of Ricky.
Now, my thing is that if they're fighting in the pit area, I feel like that was a missed opportunity not throw them in the pit, just like in the game. But that's just me.
Well, there's a lot of shit I would like to have seen, but I didn't see. I would like, like Raiden blowing somebody's head up with lightning bolts and shit.
Raiden didn't do anything, and that's the thing that we have to admit, that we know that they were setting up a sequel, trilogy, franchise, whatever.
And that's what they're always doing.
They didn't blow their load in this movie, which
and that's what fuck it, do an Aquaman, give us it all over our face right now. Now,
give you a trilogy in one movie.
Fuck yeah, give me all that shit. But it was I give it a solid okay. 3 out of 5. I almost saw this in the theater, but I didn't, and then I just fucking watched it, and I was starting to doze in the middle of it. I was starting to doze off.
Now, to be honest with you, Eli, I think that's why my opinion may be skewed on this movie versus everybody else on the internet. Because I think people did see this movie at home on HBO Max, stuff like that, watching it by themselves, maybe with a family member, stuff like that. But I saw this in the theater with about 20, 30 people like that. We've been having a good time. So I think my opinion might have been skewed by everybody enjoying themselves, having fun, laughing at the movie theater, instead of me just sitting there in the theater by myself. Just like the Transformer movies and the Fast and Furious movies, stuff like that. In the theaters, they're fun. At home watching by myself, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
felt this was
maybe I would have laughed more if other people were laughing, but I don't
yeah, just watching by yourself. I can see it. When you watch it by yourself, then you start, putting on your critiques, and start really digging into it and cinema sins, the movie, stuff like that, because you got nobody else to enjoy the movie with. You're just there by yourself. So of course you're gonna have a more trained eye to it. Let's see, we got the Mortal Kombat reboot has been in development for almost 20 years. And yeah, and it took 20 years to get done. Should have killed Cole's family, that would have woken up Scorpion. Uh I mean, he woke up anyway, so it kind of had the same effect.
yeah, the Goro fight was cool. I liked the fight scenes. The fight scenes were cool. Yeah, when he saw what's her face, the flying chick in half, was it Kung Lao, and he fucking sawed that chick in half.
That scene was leaked online for me about 2 weeks ago because the movie was already out in China like that. But I didn't know. I thought it was like a new DLC for the game or something. I'm like, I don't remember. How do you do that move? So I didn't know.
Yeah. It was cool. I mean, yeah. I mean, like it was all there. It's just I didn't care about what was going on. Just people just keep punching, and then that's how it. Yeah. Once they weren't fighting, I was like out of the movie. Yeah. I mean, and I didn't really have that much expectations for it. I never liked any of them. I mean, I didn't even like the old movies. I thought the first one.
That's why I said it's the best video game movie ever made, because I didn't like the old movies anyway. People keep saying that the old movies were the best movies of all time. Yeah, when you were 10, when you watched the movie, it's just like saying Space Jam is a classic.
Well, I was
Good Burger.
When the first movie came out, I was like 21, so I thought it sucked.
So they just blow your mind with the greatest thing.
Yeah, I thought the shit sucked. But I mean, I just didn't have the expectations that that were in there. I mean, I thought, I kind of like, okay, give me some cool fight scenes and I'm good. And they did, but it was just too few and far between. It just especially that second act. It was like a long, drawn out second act where I was like, come on, man.
It was not a perfect movie. Not a perfect movie. I'm not.
I don't care about the long journey. Yeah, I didn't care about Scorpion's grandson. Yeah, the Johnny Cage cameo on the poster. Yeah, I just thought it was all right. I thought it was all right.
Honestly, Eli, I expected you to be way more harsh than that.
Yeah, I didn't think it totally sucked. I just thought it was okay.
That's the vibe online right now. That's the vibe on the internet right now.
Yeah, I mean, I see people. I thought there's a bunch of people I see like, oh, it's so cool, it's rad, blah 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 blah. I think it's all right. It's okay. It was worth a look. It's nothing. It's exactly what it wants to be. A cheesy video game movie. And right. I don't think it's the best video game movie. I still think Resident Evil 4 is better than this.
I've seen 4. What happened in 4?
That's the one where they're on the roof and shit.
Is that the one with the apocalypse when everything got blown up and shit?
Yeah, it's the 4th one when they're on the roof. That's my favorite Resident Evil.
I don't think I remember that one. I expected the rated R period of Mortal Kombat franchise. Oh,
it kind of was.
Mortal Kombat franchise is a period. It never took itself seriously. It was better than WW84, I guess. I mean, it was. I thought it was. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Let's compare hangnail to a canker sore. Which one's better?
Right. No, like I said, everybody's a critic nowadays. They just like to just be the first person to shit on the next movie coming out. So it's whatever. So
the games are a lot more fun.
I mean, well, that's the thing. The games don't take themselves seriously anyway. The thing is, people keep saying when the video game movies going to catch up with the comic book movies, and I don't think they ever will. I don't think they ever designed for that. Because, like I said, comic books, there are 2 things that they have to do in order to be considered good or even worth money. Number one, have to have good artwork, great artwork, and 2, have to have a story. They must have a story, a good story to keep you hooked. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. Video games are not the same. They don't have to have a good story. What's the best-selling video game of all time?
Video game?
Yes.
I was going to say Mario or something.
Tetris. I mean, well, Mario's up there too, but Tetris, Minecraft, shit like that you don't have to have any video and don't have to have any story whatsoever. Even with Mario, like you just said, it's the same story. They made like 40 of those games. It's the same story. Princess Peach get kidnapped by Koopa. I mean, come on, Mario. After the second time, she not getting kidnapped. Just admit she's for the streets and just move on to something else, like her sister or something. So what do we got?
You know what's cool? Did you see that Scorpion cartoon?
I did not see that.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's got a really cool story. Scorpion comes back from hell to get revenge on Shitcock or whatever that shitty ass villain. I hate him in the game. I fucking hate that guy in the game. Shinnok or whatever.
I can't remember. I can't honestly. I kind of stopped playing after 3.
Oh yeah, you don't even like Mortal Kombat, huh?
I'm a Street Fighter guy. I thought we talked about that.
Yeah, I'm whatever. I don't mind Mortal Kombat. Never mind.
And that's my thing.
I got the last one. I got was the one with Jason and Leatherface and.
That's the new one.
The Alien and Predator. I thought there was one.
Yeah, the last
that.
one you got is the last one they made.
No, I think there's one more after that.
You got the one with RoboCop and Terminator?
No, I don't. No, I don't have that one.
Okay, that's the one I thought you were going to get. So
no,
yeah, my thing about Mortal Kombat, just the game itself, and I know we're going to say this in the video game section if we have one. Mortal Kombat, I've never taken it seriously, even as a video game. Always, because like I said, I'm a fighting game aficionado or enthusiast. I'll say enthusiast because people don't think I'm good. I'm not that good. Mortal Kombat to me is always that fighting game for people that don't know how to play fighting games. It basically sells you on everything else except the actual combat and the gameplay of it. It's got gore, it's got guts, it's got all these fancy characters like Terminator and Predator and all this RoboCop and shit like that.
It don't have Chun-Li butt shot or whatever where she punches you with her ass. Yeah, there's none of that.
Right.
Oh yeah, Killer Instinct was dope, Cliff. I like Killer Instinct. With Saber Wolf.
I kind of put Killer Instinct in the same category of Mortal Kombat.
What was that? This ninja guy. I was cool too.
Jago
or Yago.
I did like Cyber Wolf.
Yeah, or Saber Wolf. Or Cyber. Was it Cyber or Saber? I don't know.
I really play that game also. Yeah. I kind of put both of those games in the same category. So, yeah, let's move on to the next part of the podcast. Okay, so yeah. Oh, this is a long one. It's not really long, but we're going to talk about it. Okay, so we're going to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like I said, it's a new one that came out. Oh, I didn't get a thing, but that's okay. All right, so yeah, like I said, we're going to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is the either season finale or series finale. We don't really know. Kevin Feige kind of changed his mind on what it may or may not be. So, hey, we just got to go with it. Eli, I'll let you go first on this one. I think you're not going to tell this one, asshole, so I'll let you go. But
well, I might. I don't know. No, I mean, I felt it was a little rushed. That's my thing. I felt like they kind of crammed a lot of shit into this last. Like, okay, we just got one episode left. Let's wrap it all up. That's what it kind of felt like. We got to get, we got to get the big finale, big epic action scene. We got to get, Batroc back, have that in there, and then we need to make Sam Captain America, and then give his cool speech at the end, and blah blah blah, and like just end it. Like I felt it was really rushed. They kind of crammed a lot into this. Yeah, that was my first impression. It did have its moments. John. I was gonna say John Bradley. John Walker saying, "What's his face? Life mattered." I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, that was very on the nose. You think Lamar's life didn't matter? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit, okay." I
did think the show, so yeah, he's shitting on
it. I did think Sam's speech was pretty cool, but I felt like it was like a little forced. Like all of a sudden, like I said, he decides to be Cap, becomes Cap, and then inspires the world all in one episode. You know what I mean?
But did he though? That's the thing. Did he? Because we don't. All we know is that the GRC decided to table their discussion. We didn't say they decided to kill world peace or racism, anything like that, or national debt. We don't know what they did. He just decided.
So he gave the cool speech that and it was cool. I mean, I dug what he said. It's just it felt a little tacked on. Like I don't know. I guess it just, like I said, it just felt crammed. It felt a little crammed. That's all. Yeah, that's what I got.
Wait,
I did like. I liked the Bradley and Isaiah Bradley talking with Sam at the end. I thought that was great. Like I said, I love those human moments of the show, and Sam talking his shit to telling Isaiah Bradley, and Isaiah is like, "Oh, you almost had me." Almost bought your bullshit. I thought that was funny.
And so yeah, telling them like, won't you just light up just and like lighten up just once, you know? So yeah, but and then at the end he hugged him. I didn't expect him to hug him when he took him to the Smithsonian. So yeah,
yeah, and that whole thing at the end, like now no one's gonna forget, or people are always gonna remember who you are and what you did. I mean, it had its moments. You know. Like I said, I think they needed one or two more, at least one more episode. You know, if they were gonna do all that to make it more impactful, you know. So why I mean, WandaVision got 8 episodes, and half of
they
them
were like 30 minutes apiece though.
Yeah, so. And they were, but half of that was like a bunch of misdirections and bullshit to keep us guessing.
Right. So this was pretty much straightforward, even though we were nobody was fooled on the power broker, but yeah, we all know who the power broker was at the end. So
yeah.
Okay.
Who cares?
Izzy 5'11". What? Oh yeah. Oh, you too also.
Oh.
So, yeah. So like I said, gave your thoughts. I'm gonna get my thoughts real quick on it. I love the last episode. I love Sam's speech at the end of it because it pretty much summed up what the show was about. Normally, in every single other action movie we've ever seen, when they beat the terrorists and the terrorist dies, you know, they thank the hero. Thank you for killing all the terrorists, stuff like that. And Sam had to back him up like, whoa. You're just throwing around a terrorist word. You're not even paying attention to why she was coming after you. Because, like I said, Sam understands that just because you kill a revolutionary don't mean you kill the revolution. Hell, sometimes the revolution gets even stronger. And you're basically telling them that if you don't get your shit together, you're going to get Carly 2.0, who's going to be even crazier than she was before. You guys are like, and he was telling them, like, you guys are way more powerful than me. You're basically like Thanos. You can, you know, level a forest with an email. Yeah. You can, you know, send money to a country with a phone call. You know, you can do more, but if it's just all you just, you know, talking to yourself, you know, what are you going to solve? And it kind of sums up the whole show we were talking about. You got Carly, which people would say is like the extreme version of the far left. And you got John Walker, which people say the extreme version of the far right. And you got Sam and Bucky be caught in between the middle of this war between them, you know. And all he's trying to do is just find a middle ground. You know, so I thought that was pretty good right there. Leroy don't hate that, just more swinging in the. He's not Spider-Man. This ain't Miles Morales, which I know you also hate him.
I think you mean swinging punches, like swinging hands.
Not yeah, okay.
Or unless dicks. Maybe he's thinking. I know he ain't thinking of dicks.
I guess Zemo is taking care of the rest of the Revolutionary Soldiers from behind the scenes, or is he? Maybe it's Milane from Seinfeld. We don't know. You know. So yeah, that's my whole thing about it. Yeah, just Sam becoming Captain America the first time. You know, they throwing in the Black Falcon, Captain America. Bucky did get kind of sidelined towards the end. It became like they sold the show as a buddy cop show, but towards the end, it became more of like this is a Sam Falcon show where Bucky is kind of just tagging along. That's kind of where it went to. Don't really know how you could, you know, make it balanced between them towards the end, but that's just what it was. I don't know how Batroc the Leaper is now Sam's arch enemy. I don't know where that came from. You know, he's just a throwaway guy for Steve Rogers, but for him, it's just whatever. So, yeah, like I said, honestly, I thought it was an awesome show. I did like the episode before this better, but I thought as far as a wrap up, it was a good wrap up. You got to see Sam, you got to see what he can do with the Captain America shield. You know, he has his own strengths and weaknesses. You know, John Walker had a face heel turn to a heel face turn. You know, and then he finally became U.S. agent at the end. You know, Bucky got his wrap up with the old guy. You know, finally told him he killed his son. The Winter Soldier did it. I am the Winter Soldier. You know, so all that stuff was pretty cool. I need to do. Me personally, I'm going to do a complete rewatch. Now it's done. Now it's set. I'm gonna do a complete rewatch of it to see how it goes because I feel like WandaVision was designed to be a TV show, where this was designed to be just a long movie. It was meant to. I feel like it was meant to be watched in one setting, and I'll binge it and see where it goes from there. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. We can move on from there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like the action. I thought the action was cool. I just felt like some of those moments needed some time to breathe. You know, I just thought it was a lot. You know, and yeah, I like the speech. I like it was a cool speech. I just felt like after all what was happened, it's like, okay, there's 15 minutes left in the show. Let's get let's get everybody set up to their
Wrap
next.
it up, B.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, but all in all, I dug the show. I thought that was cool. But it could have used like maybe one more episode. So
okay, now we're gonna talk about something you want to talk about.
Okay,
we're finally I decided to go ahead and stick it in there. Well,
horror movies?
Oh. No, but I can't think of any horror movies in here. But anyway, we're gonna talk about Shang-Chi. We're gonna talk about Shang-Chi. There was a Shang-Chi trailer that dropped. We both got a chance to take a look at it. I wanted to see Old Man Steve. Chris Evans' contract has expired. No more Old Man Steve. Let it go.
He's doing Knives Out too.
Right. And getting paid like way more money than Marvel was gonna pay him. So yeah, he can kiss that shit goodbye. Yeah, but like I said, we're gonna talk about Shang-Chi. Like I said, this is Marvel's first Asian superhero movie. Oh, really? Hollywood's first Asian superhero movie. I think. Oh, nah, that was some other. I mean, Kato, Green Hornet.
He was a sidekick.
Sidekick. I mean, Ghost in the Shell.
Revenge of the Ninja, but without.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there was tons of ninja movies with blonde white dudes in the 80s, just beating the shit out of shit.
He was the shit back in the 80s, man. Sho Kazuki.
What was he from Hollywood though? Yeah, we can name a bunch of 80, I know
he wasn't from, but those were American made movies. Those are Canon made those movies. Yeah.
Okay, that's what
Golan Globus or whatever.
Okay, I thought you would name shit like Jim Carter or some shit,
Oh, well, that was a white dude.
Yeah. We need to do Jim Carter one day.
Jim Carter.
That's the best bad movie ever made.
Yeah, that is. That was old. That's an old comic.
Yeah. Let's see. The one. Oh, Jet Li.
Jet Li was doing, and Jackie Chan was, but they were from China too.
Yeah, but they were doing American silver picture movies. So yeah, we go with that one.
They sucked though, but
No, not the one. Not the one. The one was awesome. If nothing else, the end of the one, he gave the best speech ever. I am nobody's bitch. I am you law. You are all my bitches. I love that scene, man. I just quote this shit just for no reason. But what we talking? We talking about Shang-Chi. Let's talk about Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Okay. So who is Shang-Chi? Shang-Chi is Bruce Lee. Let's move on to the next topic. Okay, let's go. Okay. Well, let's expound on it a little bit. Okay. So yes. So that's all he is. Look, Bruce Lee was this shit, beating ass left and right. In the Dragons like that. Marvel wanted to do, cash in on the kung fu exploitation craze. As a matter of fact, I think, like I said, he debuted in Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. Now, Eli, correct me if I'm wrong or not. Wasn't Bruce Lee like the actual Bruce Lee in Deadly Hands of Kung Fu? Like it started with stories of him first?
I was reading some of those actually this week. Mm-hmm. Shang-Chi didn't show up till I think the second issue. The first issue was called With the Sons of Tigers or whatever.
Okay.
The Tiger Sons or something. It was like a group. It was like but it was basically like Enter the Dragon. You had the white dude, the Asian dude, and the black guy.
I'm too busy looking good.
Yeah. I won't even notice.
Man, you straight out of a comic book.
Yeah.
Cliff just said right before I said it.
Yeah. But yeah, Shang-Chi showed up in the second or third issue of that Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. And that's what it was called. Then, of course, they started building on Shang-Chi's storyline. Then it became Shang-Chi Master of Kung Fu. And, then that he became the main story. But that was a magazine. It wasn't really a comic book. It was a magazine that had articles.
And that's the thing. Back then, when Marvel was making books, everything wasn't in the 616 or in canon.
Yeah.
Some shit was just there. Like Shang-Chi, when he was first made, he was over here.
Yeah, there's actually articles and interviews with it was like Black Belt magazine, but with comics in it.
Yeah, they were trying to sell Shang-Chi to an older audience, basically.
Yeah.
Like X-Men weren't going to show up in the Shang-Chi comic back in the 70s. It wasn't going to happen. He didn't know who they were, didn't care who they were, And so hell, I don't think Shang-Chi really popped up in the Marvel universe. I mean, hopefully somebody can correct me. Until honestly, till Jonathan Hickman did it in in the Avengers, like early 2000. He may have showed like in a Spider-Man comic or something like that, but other than that, that's it.
I mean, he did have his own series for a while.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of disappeared for a while. I'm glad it switched out and lose the fight to Fu Manchu. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about Fu Manchu, race stereotyping now, Mandarin.
Yeah.
Father sounds like a cool idea.
That's
yeah,
what I did
like
notice.
I said,
I did notice reading those early Shang-Chi comics that they are cringy as fuck.
Like I said, it's a bunch of white dudes making this stuff. So
Fu Manchu is his dad. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Now the main reason they changed it.
That's like saying Blade's dad's Flavor Flav. Like,
now the main thing is Marvel lost the rights to Fu Manchu like back in Ace like that. So hold on.
But Fu Manchu is like a made up white guy villain. Like a white guy made this cheesy Asian villain for Sir Sherlock Holmes, or where did he come from? Where did Fu Manchu start? It was
they just made him like that.
Yeah.
No, actually, I take that back. He did show up in a Black Panther comic in around like 2005 or something like that. Shang-Chi, and Fu Manchu showed up also. But since Marvel didn't have the rights to him, anytime Fu Manchu was about to say his name, somebody cut him off. You know, he couldn't say a name, or the word bubble got blocked or something like that. That's how it happened. It was a weird story, but. So in the comics, they changed the name to what was it? Because, like I said, Eli, we reviewed Shang-Chi, like his whole, like the whole last.
The new one. The new was really good. Yeah, the new.
Yeah, the new was really good. Fu was evil. Yeah. He had 50 issues. So the new one, I think his name was Zenwu, something like that. Whatever it was.
His dad. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was. So Marvel decided, like I said, MCU, people bitching because what we did to the Mandarin, and people keep thinking that. You know, Trevor Slattery was the Mandarin. Trevor Slattery was not the Mandarin, or even supposed to be the Mandarin in that movie. That's supposed to have been that other guy, Seth Killian. I might be screwing his name up. Aldrich Killian. I keep always calling him Seth Killian. Aldrich Killian was the Mandarin in that movie. Now, people thinking, oh, they're going to do another misdirect. This was a retcon from that movie because people bitched about it all the time. The guy that actually made the movie, Shane Black, said, this is my ending. This I made the movie. Once I'm done, Marvel will do whatever the fuck they want to do. But that's how I wrote the movie. So now we're here. You know, they're giving us the Mandarin with the 10 rings. He's his crime boss. But he's a crime boss because he really ain't doing the Mandarin shit we've known. Because like I said, they've updated the Mandarin. He's not like another Fu Manchu ripoff like Stan Lee wrote him. You know, they've updated him. He wears like business suits now. He's a crime boss. Hell, Psylocke from the X-Men was one of his like assassins. That's how she became from this posh white chick from the Spice Girls to like this Japanese sexy ninja assassin because he switched bodies with his girlfriend, a wife, or daughter. I don't know what the fuck he did. Anyway, that's the whole point of that.
Books, man.
It's comic books, you know. So yeah, but that's the thing. So that's the Mandarin, and then they say like
my Psylocke.
Right. They say Fu Manchu might be in this, but yeah, that's it. Another thing I want to talk about this. You know what? The main reason I'm excited about this, Eli, because of the actor.
Okay. Yeah.
Simu Liu. I'm excited for him because of Kim's Convenience. That's the thing. Nobody knows where this guy came from. He just popped out. Everybody just think he just popped out of nowhere. He's this unknown actor, and for the most part, he is because his credits aren't in like any martial arts movies or any Hong Kong shows like that. He was in a sitcom. A Canadian sitcom that's on Netflix. You can check it out and see it. Like Kim Convenience. He just played like the dumb older brother that was just getting all the chicks and shit like that. That's all he did. He never did any kung fu. He wasn't even that smart. He was just there. But he's charismatic. He's personable. Honestly, Eli, I think he's the Asian Chris Pratt. That's me. That's what I think. I think he has that level of charisma. You know, right. Different like Marvel Knights and Marvel Max. Oh yeah, thank you 616 man. Yeah, he was a. Oh yeah, he was in a Heroes for Hire thing. Like all the street heroes popped up in there. Misty Knight was organizing like she was Nick Fury and shit like that. But yeah, that's it like that. So yeah, that's my thing. Why I'm excited about Shang-Chi because, and the thing is, like everybody from Kim's Convenience is blowing up. Like Apple, the dad showed up in Star Wars. Like I said, he's showing up here in Shang-Chi. So like it's almost like Atlanta. Like everybody on this show is blowing up. You know, so I'm excited for everybody on this show. I thought Rain would be. Oh, yeah, Cliff, y'all gotta keep naming these people from the 90s and shit, man. We're in the 2020s. Just like y'all was saying, y'all wanted the old guy from Mortal Kombat in the 90s to be the new Mortal Kombat in this game. Yeah, I know you're talking about Ninja Assassin. Yeah, no.
That was Kane Kasugi. Wasn't that Kane Kasugi? Sho Kasugi's son was in Ninja Assassin.
I think so. It's been so long since I've seen Ninja Assassin. Yeah, but like I said, and the only reason he got the job, the main reason he got the job, because he tweeted Marvel back in 2014 when one of those movies came out. He was like, can we get an Asian superhero? And Kevin Feige called him back. Like, I got one for you. You want to be an Asian superhero? You're like, okay, cool. Let's get the role. So that's inspirational, you know. So let's see. And someone who loves roasting people on Twitter is hilarious. Oh yeah. All the asshole YouTubers, that's not us. You know, they dug into his Twitter feed and found out he said some shit about Nicki Minaj's music, and now they're saying he's canceled because he shitted on Nicki Minaj's music back in 2012 or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, Black Panther inspired.
What? I don't know that bullshit.
Yeah,
okay, let's talk about the trailer was cool.
Trailer was cool. Yeah, we talk about trailer. And the thing is, like Cliff just said about Black Panther, Black Panther Spider, because Black Panther came out like that, he heard it was getting done. And he also said that because of Black Panther, the reason this movie is getting done. You know, so I'm excited for it. So yeah, hopefully this movie. I mean, here's the thing. Marvel really can't fuck. Marvel could fuck this up, but they really can't fuck this up because hopefully it's not another Mulan situation. You know, we can like it all we want to. Yeah, but we can like it all we want to. But the main thing is to cater to China. Whatever China wants, give it to them. Don't do any weird shit that makes China be like, fuck this movie, I'm out. You know, sell it to them. You sell this shit to China, this could easily be Marvel's best-selling solo movie. Period. If they do it right.
Well, I haven't seen Mulan, but the trailer, the shit that I saw, like some of those epic fight scenes, you know, and some of the fight scenes that I saw in the Shang Chi trailer reminded me of the old 90s Hong Kong cinema fights. So
you're sold on it.
Yeah, okay. So that's what and they don't do that anymore. They don't fuck Red Wolf. Fuck that guy.
That's how they coming.
Quit trying to make Red Wolf a thing. But fucking, it's hard to do that. You know, there was the 90s. I'm talking about the new wave 90s Hong Kong action. You know,
Crouch Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that type.
Yeah, well, before that, you know, Crouching Tiger was trying to like bite that. And they did it okay because it's hard to do, you know, like the early, you know, Sammo Hung and the Jackie Chan's old crew and Jet Li's old crew. And when Donnie Yen was the bad guy that Jet Li would fight in all his movies and shit, you know, those early 90s where they were, you know, the heyday of Yun Wu Ping doing all the wire work, you know, they no one does that like that anymore. You know, then Hollywood tried it, you know. Fucking Daredevil, Charlie's Angels, and it was Dark Angel on the fucking TV show. Fucking all that fucking, they sucked at it. America sucked at the wire work, you know? So it's hard to do that. It's just hard. And you don't see that anymore. They don't make them like that anymore. So it's cool to see the throwbacks like that. Like Ip Man or the Raid movies, they were, because it's all about the camera work too. And you can have the awesome fighters doing all the awesome choreography, but if you don't shoot it right, it don't look as cool. And they had it all in there.
I've never asked your opinion. What do you think about the Umbach movies?
Oh, those are great too.
Okay, cool. I just want to see what you thought about it. Okay.
No, Tony Jaa's cool. Like the Protector and Umbach. Yeah, Umbach 2 is my favorite.
Umbach 1 is just like one of my favorite martial arts movies of all time. That's just me. Apparently.
That's cool too. Or the Protector, yeah. Umbach's cool, but I like the second one as my favorite out of the whole series. But
616, man, I'm gonna tell you why they didn't get done. Yeah, Ang Lee was one of the characters before he got the rights for the rest of the the thing about one of the reasons Shang-Chi is taking so long to get made is because when Marvel first got sold to Disney, you had that racist ass Ike Perlmutter. He didn't want Black Panther to get made. He didn't want. That's the reason waiting so long to get a Black Widow movie. He didn't want Black Widow to have a solo movie. He didn't want Captain Marvel, none of this shit. He didn't want Shang-Chi. He was like, if they ain't white, they ain't selling. Don't make it. And then he didn't realize that more than white people watch these movies. So
Yeah.
Once he got out of there and Kevin Feige got out of there, that's why we're getting all these movies, you know. So
yeah, Ang Lee did Crouching Tiger, you know,
and Hulk.
and Hulk, yeah. but you know, it's hard to do that. It's hard to choreograph the camera and the fight. That's why Wu Ping did it all. He choreographed it and also did the camera movement. You know, it was
Didn't
all.
he work on the Matrix also?
He worked on the Matrix and Kill Bill. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, he went Hollywood, and then that fucked it all up for every. They took all the fucking action filmmakers from Hong Kong. Then Hong Kong movies suck. Also, Hong Kong going back under China rule kind of fucked that up too, because they were under British rule for a long time. But that's all. I'm getting too deep for that shit.
You're getting too woke, Eli.
Yeah, I'm too like no. I'm way. I used to be a member of this like Asian Film Society back in like a long time. I used to go see all these. I had a membership, like free tickets to go see all these kung fu movies at midnight on the weekends for like 5 years. It's not like all I did. So yeah, I'm a fucking geek when it comes to that shit. But
no, honestly, only thing I want from Iron Fist to get his ass beat by Shang Chi. That's all I want. Like all this Spider-Man, Shang Chi versus Spider-Man, Shang Chi versus Wolverine. Beat Iron Fist ass, get him out of there. That's all.
This whole trailer is better than the whole Iron Fist series.
It is. This trailer is an apology for Iron Fist. That's what it is.
I didn't even finish Iron Fist, man. I never watched all of Iron Fist. Didn't make it.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
We reviewed it. Wait.
No, I didn't watch it all. The Defenders. We reviewed the Defenders, but I didn't watch all the Iron Fist. Did they do an Iron Fist too? Did they make a second season?
Yes.
If they did, I didn't watch it.
We reviewed it.
Not me.
I must have did it by myself or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, it sucks. It didn't really matter, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the old school, you know, fight scenes, which it looks like they're doing. Yeah, True Season 2 was better, but still shit. Right? Yeah, okay.
I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah. But you got for me. I'm all about the choreography. Give me some cool choreography, and I'm good. You know.
See, I was thinking you were thinking that Shang-Chi was a little too Marvel-y. You know, not greedy enough, you know, like Umbach or some shit like that, you know.
Oh man, I mean, yeah, but there's loud, you know, there's cheesy ass hog. I mean, have you seen City Hunter with Jackie Chan? That shit's cheesy.
Yes, where he dressed up as Chun-Li and drag. Yeah.
I mean, there's all or Stephen Chow. Stephen Chow, he made Kung Fu Hustle.
Stephen Chow's legend. They had a Kung Fu legend. They had a Kung Fu Hustle poster in the trailer.
Okay, I didn't see it, but yeah,
where he was
Stephen
in his room, he had a
shit. You know, he was trying to for you.
Okay, think he's gone out, but that's okay. We're gonna go to the next thing.
Years he was trying to do the fun. Okay, am I back?
Yeah, you're back now. You paused for a second. You were cursing me out, and then you're back now. So you're good. Okay.
I just said Seth. Yeah, Stephen Chow was supposed to do the Green Hornet. But then
they got that other guy. Yeah. Okay. He's phased out again. Okay. So yeah, let's move to the next part of the podcast. So I think you're back now. Okay, you're back now. Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah. You said Stephen Chow was going to do Green Hornet, but I guess they got that other guy to do Green Hornet. Not Seth Green, but the other guy that played Kato. Yeah.
Yeah, he was developing. Yeah, he was developing it for years. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, Shaolin Soccer, classic. So I think it's free on YouTube. We'll watch it. But yeah, let's move on to the next part of the podcast, and I'll just get this out while hopefully everything can clear up over there. We're not going to talk about the video game section because I'm pissed off about the video game section right now. Even though if you go on PlayStation right now, Horizon Zero Dawn is free at the moment. So you can go in there and download it and have fun, but I'm not going to talk about it. We're going to move on from there. Eli, you back yet? Still phasing in and out?
Am I back? I don't know. I hear you.
Okay, you're here now with your face now, but it looks like you're back now. So I guess we can go forward. So,
okay.
Oh, you're good now. You're good now. Okay.
Yeah, I've been hearing you the whole time, but I guess you can't hear me. So I don't know if it's my end or what.
No. Oh, you're good now. You were a second ago. You were just like, But you're back now. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next part of the podcast. Like I said, this comic book. We talk about the comic books, and we're just gonna jump into it and shoot. Let me go first.
All right.
I'll let you have some fun for the next time with it. Because this is an X-Men book, because we always start off with the X-Men book. That's what we do. But honestly, guys, this is an interesting X-Men book. It's still in the whole Hickman continuity bullshit, whatever's going on. Like, this is a very interesting book. This is Way of X #1. Let's see if I can get this bad boy going. So what this is this is a Nightcrawler book.
Okay.
Like, it's just about him. So let's see if I can get to it. Yeah, so the book starts off with Professor X having a nightmare. You know, he's having a nightmare about some demon that's saying betrayed, you have been betrayed, you know. He's just like, oh, I can't make it. You know, so he does this telepathic thing where he talks to Nightcrawler, and Nightcrawler's just like, if you're talking to a priest, it's late at night. It's either two reasons: you either about to sin or you about to die. Which one is it? He's like, nah, just contact, just seeing what's going on. You know, he's like, okay, cool. Because he sent Nightcrawler on a mission to a church in Venice. Now, this church in Venice is controlled by Orcus. And, you know, Orcus is that government team with SHIELD agents and AIM agents and Hydra agents, stuff like that, specifically made formed to kill all mutants on the planet. And what they're doing, they have this church set up where it teaches nothing but mutant hate. It has nothing but X-Men villains in there: Dark, Phoenix, Mega Red, Apocalypse, you know, and Nightcrawler has like his mutant team of teenagers with him, you know, like Pixie and whoever the fuck else, I don't know, like that. And one of the mutants, Pixie, is getting teased. She's getting teased because they said, you haven't had your first time yet. Like, my first time? Yeah, you haven't died yet, so you're not one of us. She's like, no, I can do it. And like, so while they doing all that shit, they interrupt the meeting. They find out that they're having church right at the moment. Then they get ambushed by some people, and here's the thing: while they're beating them up, Pixie, like one of the guys, just comes out with a shotgun and a gas mask, and Pixie just stands right in front of his face, and she just teases him, and he just shoots her in the face, just like fuck, you know. One of the other mutants cell phone the whole thing. He live streamed it, you know, to the other mutants in control. He was like, that shit was awesome. You know, because the thing is, the kid mutant, since death doesn't matter anymore, they don't care. They want to die. And Nightcrawler's like, okay, this is fucked up. We need to do something about this, you know. And the rest of the mutants are just completely, I mean, the humans are completely fucked up. They just saw a mutant just die in front of them. And like, it don't really matter. We're just going to bring it back anyway. So it's like, okay, cool. So they teleport and some other shit happens. Don't care. They talk to Magneto, throw a birthday party. Magneto does not care. And Nightcrawler and Magneto just have a conversation. They're like, Magneto, we need to have a conversation. We need to talk. He was like, are you talking about your precious? He like, wait, didn't you say you were going to start a religion or something like that? You're like, eventually, but I haven't got the whole works of it yet. He was like, well, don't you, like, look, we don't care about that. We live past death, so nobody cares about your dusty ass God, you know. Plus, isn't he a fan of resurrection anyway? You know, you're too busy looking for serpents. You can't enjoy eating. And so everybody's just teasing Nightcrawler because he's pretty much the only religious mutant on Krakoa. And then he meets this other mutant called Lost. That he just says, I'm lost. And tonight, Lost is supposed to go to the Crucible. And the Crucible, since Apocalypse isn't doing the Crucible anymore, Magneto is doing it. And so let's just cut to that. Oh, and it's always passages through the Book of X, whatever like that. So while everything is going on, Nightcrawler is writing his Bible, you know. And we're gonna go to the Crucible, and Magneto is just fucking up this mutant. He was like, "Tell me your name. Tell me your name. I'm lost. I'm lost." And then while Lost is just getting her ass just kicked, she sees Nightcrawler in the crowd, and she says, "You supposed to be one of the kind ones. I came to you first because I was hoping that you would end my suffering peacefully, not with this madness that's going on right now." Because Magneto is just butchering her, you know. So yeah, all that is going on. And let's go to the end. Point is, the reason Professor X had called Nightcrawler in the middle of the night because he has a special mission for Nightcrawler. He was like, look, I can't trust anybody with this information. I can only trust you, because if I trust anybody else, they're going to go in with full force, and that will not be good. So there's some weird shit going on, Krakoa right now. Needs you to investigate because you can talk down the person that's doing this weird shit. And he'd be like, why don't you do it, Professor X? He'd be like, because even though I may be a lot of things, Nightcrawler, one thing I am is a shitty dad. So that should tell you who's the main bad guy they're about to fight. So we go right to the end, and it's Legion. So
shit.
Legion is causing all the bullshit going on right now. So interesting book. I kind of flew through it, but the whole thing really much deals with religion. Everybody making fun of Nightcrawler for even having a religion when the X-Men pretty much consider themselves gods. So like, why should we even have a religion? So the whole book and every other passage, every other panel is pretty much Nightcrawler writing in his Bible about what you should do and what you shouldn't do. While every mutant on the island is pretty much making fun of him. So yeah, I get a 4.5 out of 5. It's a strong book. I will keep up with this book and see where it's going and see if the thread is still going with Nightcrawler. So yeah. So what you got next?
I guess I'll doing Marvel. I'll do Alien 2.
Okay.
Number 2. Since Marvel has Alien now. So this is Marvel now owns the rights to Alien, and they are doing Alien comics. This has what's his name? Gabriel. I can't remember his last name. He's a retired security army merc guy that works for Weyland-Yutani, the company that's experimenting on aliens, and he worked for some space lab. He was a security force. He was on a security force. So he knew all the Weyland-Yutani top secret shit. His son is part of some revolution group that is, down with Weyland-Yutani, exposed the secrets, anti-government kind of group, revolution group. The last issue, they went and stormed the laboratory, found all the aliens, and then, to be continued. This picks up, they lost contact with everybody on the lab. So dude is getting called out of retirement to go back to the lab and check on things with a couple of mercs. And he does. He goes there. They find the lab all fucked up. People are dead. Everyone's gone. All the alien samples have been let loose. There's a fight with they get attacked by some of the face huggers, and then an alien shows up at the end and kills the guy. And then says to be continued. So
an alien finally showed up. Okay.
An alien finally showed up on the last page. Full-grown xenomorph. It was very fast-paced. I was into it. I gotta admit, I was into it. And then it ended really. I was like, oh shit! And then next month, I'm like, oh shit, that's it. So, it was a little disappointed that there was the lack of aliens again. But it was pretty fast paced, I must admit. It's just it ended really quickly. Like, oh shit. So they got me. So 3 out of 5. I'm probably gonna get the next issue just to see what happened. I mean, this one picked up the pace and moved it along.
Let me ask you this. Yeah. Is this kind of like a limited series or
I'm not sure what they're doing. What's going on. They did find a survivor on some woman they found on that lab, and he's like, where's my son, blah blah blah. She's like, I don't know, men just came in shooting and blowing up shit, and the aliens got loose and I've been in hiding and blah 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 blah. And then an alien comes and again, the lack of gore, you don't get to see much. It's all in silhouettes, as you can see right here. It's all oh shit. Oh, that's you.
I screwed up. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So the tail he gets impaled by the alien tail. But you don't get to see the blood because it's all in the shadows. But it's suggested. Yeah, here's the alien. Great art. The art is really cool. Ripped out his rib cage and shit. So, and then that's it. Then to be next month or next reunion. So,
that's pretty cool. All right, who's the artist?
Who is the art? Let me go check.
That looked pretty good.
We have Salvador LaRocca.
Yeah, that guy.
And Guru Effects is doing the colors.
Okay, but yeah,
So
Salvador LaRocca, yeah, he's like Marvel puts him on their guys when they want. He did a
yeah,
bunch of Star Wars shit.
yeah, it's good. I mean, art, yeah, and that's the thing. Alien art, aliens are hard. Xenomorphs are hard. So you if you can pull off a good xenomorph, the comic then
Yeah,
is pretty good. Probably going to be pretty good. It's
yeah, you're
just
not gonna get the guy that did Squirrel Girl to do this. So
yeah, yeah. This picked it up. This picked up the pace a little, and it just ended abruptly. I was like, oh, that's it, and I was like, shit, okay. So yeah, 3 out of 5. They haven't lost me yet, so we'll see.
cool. Okay, let me see where we are. Okay, so next book I'm going to do is Justice League number 60.
Oh,
Like I
I read
said,
this. I did read this.
You did?
Oh, Justice League. I meant Avengers. Sorry. Same shit.
Shit. Whatever.
Same
Same
shit.
thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, this is the second book in Brian Michael Bendis' run. So we're just gonna start off where we're going from there. So basically, how it starts off where it last left off is that Black Adam has tracked Naomi and basically saying, "Who are you? Where'd you get the powers?" And Naomi's like, "Well, what the hell are you doing here?" And she's telling her friends, "Get out of here," because Black Adam is this big ass villain. And before they can do it, Black Adam just disappears, and you see this red and blue streak. Like, wait, what the hell happened? And she was like, "Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman." And Black Adam's like, "What the? Don't touch me." He's like, "Superman, what the hell are you doing?" He was just like, "I use it by those innocent people, and I had to find out what the hell was going on." He was like, "Look, I wasn't trying to do anything. I'm trying to get information." He was like, "Okay, cool." So then Naomi goes up and flies with them, and they just all start talking. And Black Adam is just like, "Who the hell are you? Where are your powers? I mean, how'd you get your powers, and where are you from? And why are you so important that Superman would dare lay his hands on me? Because he didn't say it. He just like, because Superman knows I will fuck him up. So Naomi just like, okay, she goes back to the Hall of Justice, and she tells everybody where she came from, what she's doing, what all the stuff like that. All the Just League just sitting around, stuff like that, impressed. She's like, "Yeah, I'm like Omega level. I'm like super fucking powerful." And Flash is like, "With the Justice League, there's nothing you can do that we haven't already seen." you know. Uh, and while they're talking, they get some information. They find out that bad guy Brutus is from her world, where she's from, the world that got destroyed and shit like that. And Black Widow just like, are we gonna talk about him? Like him who? Him, Black Adam. Like Superman brought Black Adam back to the Hall of Justice. It's like, why the fuck is he here? He is a bad guy. So we need to get the fuck out of here. And Batman's just like, Clark, a word. We need to have a conversation. So while they're doing that, everybody's just like, well, okay, I don't think you should have him here. And Batman just cut to the chase. Clark wants to invite him to the team. And everybody's like, wait, what? And Superman's like, yeah, because Batman knows what I'm thinking. But I think we should invite Black Adam to become a member of the Justice League. And and Green Arrow is just like, man, don't do that. Don't do what? Don't do that Superman thing. He was like, because anybody that disagrees with you seems like an asshole. So of course I gotta agree with you that we should invite Black Adam to the team. So they go do their thing, and I'm trying to see what else. And oh yeah, they find Hippolyta in Central City. She just fought Brutus. And we're gonna cut to the end. Brutus is left. She tracked him here. He disappeared somewhere. Fought the Amazons. They left, and and Hippolyta was thinking like maybe we should team up with like that. But then she sees the Justice League and she sees Black Adam getting off the Justice League plane or whatever. She's like, what the hell he doing here? And he was like, hello, Hippolyta. Long time. I haven't seen you in a while. And she just flies off. And everybody's just like, wait a minute, did Black Adam and Hippolyta have a thing or whatever? But anyway, Batman has cracked the case. He figured out how to find Brutus. He tells Flash to build his cosmic treadmill to do a thing. So he built the cosmic treadmill. He has it all labeled with their names on it, patent pending, stuff like that. So they all get on there. They're able to track where her home planet is. They go there, and Naomi wakes up by herself. She finds no other Justice League members there. It's just her, and that's it. The end. It's Justice League dark story, which I don't care about, but yeah, that's what's going on right now. So overall, Still cool story. Moving fast pace. I think Bendis has found his stride. I haven't seen Bendis this, energetic since the Avengers run he had back in whenever the fuck. So that's my opinion.
All right.
He's really patient.
I just realized I didn't share out the link till now. So I just shared out the link. Get in the chat, y'all. Smash that like button.
Oh man. So what you got next?
Let me share the screen. I'm gonna do this is my pick of the week because this shit's dope.
Okay.
Orphan and the Five Beasts, number 2.
The 5 Beasts and 2. Hold up, before we go to let's go to the callers and see what they're talking about. Let's see.
Application window.
I love the fast paced minutes. Yeah, Bendis is really moving with this one. So yeah. Let me get you going. Oh, hold on. Let me get you right there. Boom. Okay.
Yeah. Doing that. Let's see. Is it this? Oh, no. No, that. Okay. Can you see that? Is it switching?
Yeah.
Is it switching and shit?
Yeah, it's switching. Yeah, you good. You okay. Cooking with grease.
Okay, cool. So this is James Stokoe. I should really find out how to pronounce this guy's name because he's a dope ass.
I'm sure he won't mind.
But he's doing awesome. So he's writing and directing, and he's writing and drawing this. So this is his ode to kung fu movies. This is basically 5 Deadly Venoms. There's an old master who taught these cool kung fu styles to 5 different students to fight a bunch of bandits. Well, they fought the bandits, but then they all got corrupted with greed and became criminals themselves. Now his last dying wish is, to tell his last student, this chick, I forget her name, sorry, to go out and find all these old students and kill them. So that's what she's done. She went and found the first bandit named Thunder Thighs. This guy, you can see his legs, they're totally huge and muscular. He can crush horses between his legs, like Sparrow.
I was hoping the chick was named Thunder Thighs. Okay.
No, the dude's named Thunder Thighs. And this is the fight. This is basically they do go into a flashback about how he was taught, how the master taught this guy how to be Thunder Thighs and how he went out and slayed all the bandits. But then after a while, he basically took over the bandits gang and then turned him into like Robin Hood, where he was like stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. But then after a while, he just got too greedy. He's like, fuck it, I'm just going to rip off everybody. So then he became this warlord. So this is the fight. And it is a crazy ass fight. He's like kicking over buildings and shit, he's got these really strong legs and can kick the shit out of everything. But she's really quick with a spear. And boom, here we go. She like slices them and dices them and cuts them in half. And
okay.
But wait.
Oh yeah, I see. Like in the samurai movies, they don't know they done.
So she cuts off the top half of his body. It falls over, but it turns out this dude's got a little brain inside. He's like, that was all my fat. You took right around all my excess weight, and then now it's just his legs and his little ass skeleton. You can see kind of sticking through the top of his body. So he's still kicked. There's still big ass fight. He's like kicking all these poles at her and shit. But then she gets her homie who's on a horse, and they end up like throwing the spears into both of his legs and rip them apart. So draw and quarter them. So as you can see, it's totally brutal. This is metal as fuck. So there are the 2 horses ripping them apart.
Well, damn.
And yeah, this is why I love this. I mean, his art is super detailed and crazy. Reminds me of Jeff Darrow. And so she kills Thunder Thighs, and the gang is like, okay, you're our new leader. And he says, okay, well, now we got to go find the other bandits. And that's where we get to be continued. And this is a 5 out of 5 for me. This was great. I love this. This is dope. So, yeah. Check this shit out. Orphan and the 5 Beasts.
Yeah, I see that. Our artwork was crazy.
Yeah. So
there's a guy named Thunder Thighs. So Thunder Thighs didn't die, right?
Oh, he's dead. He got drawn and quartered. That was him getting ripped apart. He got cut in half, then ripped apart by horses.
Oh damn it! Hope he come back, but I don't know. Maybe Thunderthrash Jr.
I'm just wondering what the next bandits can. There's 4 more bandits. There's 4 more styles. So I'm wondering what the hell who's next. So yeah, crazy book.
So book I'm going to do, my last book I'm doing for the night is the Mighty Valkyries #1, which is another Marvel book. Like I said, this is Jane Foster doing some more Valkyrie shit. But however, the Valkyrie from the MCU is in this book. They got 2 Valkyries running around, so it's a buddy cop Valkyrie book going on right now. So
Tessa Thompson's in it.
Yeah, basically her character's in it also. So you got Jane Foster and her. They're both doing a thing. So yeah, so basically how it starts off. Now, first thing I just want to say, like, the artwork in this book is beautiful. Let me just zoom out. The artwork is beautiful. Insane. That's the main reason I got this book to begin with. But anyway, what's going on? Jane Foster is, back doing her day job. She's helping out pay, stuff like that. And she gets stopped by a doctor. The doctor she gets stopped by is Dr. Stephen Strange. Dr. Strange just works there, and she basically tells her, hey, there was some beast that was charged some shit in New York last night. He's just talking about just out in the open, just like, don't care who cares. And then they hear somebody eavesdropping on him. He's like, change the subject, talk about something else. They're like, oh, we need 95 cc's a gram. Like, make it 100. Because she's trying to listen in to what they're talking about. They're talking about some superhero shit. And Jane Foster doesn't want her to know. So they go back and she's down there and she's like, I need to find somebody. She talks to the coroner or mortician, whatever you want to call it. And he gives her the address to this mortician bar that they hang out at, and she was like, if you go down there, don't tell anybody that I sent you, and then look at it. The art is amazing, man. Look at it. And Jane Foster never looked as good. I mean, other than Natalie Portman, I'm talking about in the comics. And the name of the bar they go to is what she goes to is Remains of the Day. She goes there and she's like, oh shit. So it's nothing but coroners and morticians and stuff there. So she goes there and she's like, I want an embalmer's brew, and then she gets hit on by this guy. He like, I'll have the abracadabra, please. And he hits on her and he doesn't throw a corny line at her. He gets a line and catches the pity. He was like, did you know Jimmy Carter sent his jacket to the cleaners and had his nuclear detonation codes in his pocket? She's like, okay, well, that's better than the normal, what's your sign? So she sat down and have a drink with him and shit, Hela shows up, don't care. She's back. Oh, that's the funny thing about Hela. Like, she's supposed to be dead in the Guardians of the Galaxy book, but she's just back because she's just whatever. So she's still having a conversation with him. And then she hears something that she like, people that can't tell between a labyrinth and a maze. He's like, well, why don't you just break down the walls? And she's like, so you wanted the drink? She's like, no, let's get out of here. And so they decide, like, okay. So, and then while they're walking, he was like, so this Nordic dreamboat hunk thing you got going on, you just doing that for my liking? Like, what are you talking about? I know who you are, Loki. So it's Loki the whole time pretending to be that dude trying to hit on Jane Foster. He was like, okay, you got me. He was like, because you were acting too much like Loki. That's I could tell, So the thing is, there's this wolf thing that's going around attacking people, and the wolf thing shows up. Look at that thing. It's not Fenrir. It's Fenrir's children or Fenrir's child, whatever like that. So Loki just like, why is the thing trying to kill you? Is that your friend? You're like, no, that's my grandchildren. Like, yo, what?
Long because isn't that in like an actual Norse mythology? Loki's
right. Like, Norse mythology. Yeah. Fenrir is Loki's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kid.
Like son. Loki, I think, is Fenrir's mother.
He's the father of the wolf. He's
no, I think he's the mother of the wolf.
No, in Amon Amarth, that band who sings all about Norse mythology, they have a song called "Father of the Wolf," and it's about.
Okay, you're right. I think he's mother of somebody. I think Odin's horse, but whatever. Anyway, this wolf is the wolf's Fenrir's son, daughter, whatever. So, and they're coming to kill Loki. And Loki is just like, you got to protect me, you got to save me. So Valkyrie does, Jane Foster does her all weapon and shit like that. Look at this panel, man. This shit is awesome. This is fucking amazing. I don't know who's drawing this shit, but this is just an awesome panel right here.
So like Alex Ross and shit.
It almost looked like that, like some Kingdom Come shit. So the wolf is trying to eat Loki and shit like that, and Loki just like, look, you got to take this thing and wrap it around him because if you don't, he won't stop. It's the only thing that can stop him. Attacking him won't do anything. So he gives Jane Foster the thing, and as soon as Loki does that, he dips out. He's like, "Good luck, Jane Foster." While the wolf, goes after her, but then he throws the thing at her. So Loki actually did give her something to stop the wolf. Yeah. So and then the wolf just like I wasn't going to eat him. I was just going to hurt him a little bit. And then the wolf starts turning into a person. She was like, "Who are you?" And she said, "My name is Manigar. Haiti. Skull. You can call me More." And it's Loki's grandson. And that's the thing. More hella shit. Don't care. Okay. So let's go to the Valkyrie, the MCU Valkyrie. So apparently, I guess she was in a Guardians of the Galaxy book, something like that. So she's in space doing space shit. And she's on a planet where you can talk to an oracle for a price that would tell you anything for a price. Past, present, future, shit you don't know, shit you want to know, whatever. So she goes there, pay a fee, but you only ask one question. So she goes there, like I said, it's the MCU Valkyrie. She's a thing now. Let's cut to the chase of it. So she meets the Oracle, and she asks the Oracle. She asks the Oracle. I got one question. Well, I want to know what's my name, and how did I get here? Because she doesn't know her name. She has amnesia from her days as being a Valkyrie. Because she basically every Valkyrie has been wiped off the planet in War of the Realms except her because she wasn't there. So she asked the Oracle, "What's my name?" And she was like, "Your name has been lost in the galaxies for eons. Your name was given to you by a woman you love, a woman I raised. I know who you are. Your name is Runa." So that's her name. So she is Runa the Valkyrie. And she says, "The next question I have, will my axe break your dome?" You're like, "Yes." And it counting down. 3, 2. So she's about to break the Oracle out. And 3, 2, 1. Be continued. So yeah. So the MCU Valkyrie's name is Runa. That's her name.
Okay.
She's a new thing. So this is I don't know if it's an anthology book or a buddy book or a team book or whatever like that. I'm pretty sure they will. Yeah, Art of the Valkyries. I like that. I think that's a song. But yeah. But yeah, that's all I got. Like I said, awesome artwork. The best artwork I've seen in Marvel for a while. Actually, since the last Valkyrie book had awesome art. So yeah, but that's what I got. So any of the books you got?
I got this Godzilla book.
Cool.
From
Okay.
IDW.
Godzilla Monster Protectors.
Monster and Protectors.
It looked like some
#1
Captain Planet type shit. What am I?
It's very kiddie friendly.
Okay.
It's basically a bunch of kids. So this kid is doing he's got like a live stream going. He's talking about how he saved the world from Godzilla or something like that. And then it goes into how this company is doing some sort of clean energy. They got some new clean energy thing, but it's giving off radiation that is fucking up the krill, those little crab things that the whales eat, which attracted Godzilla, and Godzilla came up and fucked up the island, and then something about they're talking about how the kids all talking on his life, so it's told in kind of flashback because he's doing a live stream or whatever, and he's talking about how Godzilla is like a cure for a disease, Earth's cure. He's like a medication or an antidote for the Earth. And whenever there's a virus, Godzilla shows up and fights the virus. And, pretty cool commentary, I thought. And they're like, "Oh, let's hope Godzilla never thinks humans are the disease, because that would be bad." And then, and then the Mothra's egg and the little Mothra fairies show up at the end. And then it says, "To be continued." There's Mothra, and they got a name. I always forget their name. What they called the Shobijin or whatever. I can't pronounce it. The little Mothra fairies who sing a song and Mothra hatches and shit. That's to be continued. This was it seemed like it was really geared for kids. The art was really lighthearted. Like, look at, So this is very cartoony, lighthearted.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
art.
very Captain Planet,
Yeah, it's like
Hanna-Barbera.
it feels like it's geared for kids, and it just made me wonder: are kids actually reading comic books, or are they being
No,
forced?
not
Are
at
they
all.
are they being forced to read comic books by their parents? Like, here, we're gonna get you into comics. Read this.
I don't think that either. Now, remember that Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur book?
Yeah,
It just
yeah,
lasted like forever and nobody read that shit. Apparently, it was like some kind of scholastic school thing where I
Oh,
guess
okay.
maybe they're trying to get in on that.
I could see this being collected and being sold at a scholastic school fair. Yeah, because I have seen graphic novels pop up at my kids' schools during those school book fairs and shit. So this seems
I
like
figure they're trying to get in on that racket.
Yeah, but this, there's a lot of talking. There's a lot, like here the scene where they're just talking about the energy and the different periodic tables and the
I was gonna
elements
say
and
it's that loot and plunder, but that's Captain Planet, don't worry.
yeah, I mean, like, are kids gonna get into that? So I don't know. It was kind of like this seems geared for kids, but I don't know if kids would actually dig it. I don't know if kids actually give a shit about Godzilla like we do, or like not even you, me.
I mean, well, you gotta remember, Godzilla versus Kong is a thing now, so it's a
Yeah.
resurgence.
So that maybe, but I don't know. It just seemed very. I don't know if it's my cup of tea. Yeah. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It was all right. It wasn't what I was expecting. And it just made me think. Okay, we moved to Tokyo. I'm like in a universe where Godzilla exists, why would you move to any populated area? But you know what? That's my thing with Godzilla movies. Every time in a Godzilla movie, and they're like, we have spotted Godzilla in Tokyo Bay or wherever, and you're like, all the people, let's go to the baseball game. They all go out and pub. Like, why don't you go hide?
I mean, did
thought,
they tell everybody, or did they just keep it to themselves? That
no, they're
Godzilla's
like, no, it's like it's a broad, like a tornado warning. Like, we have spotted Godzilla has been sighted off the coast. Seek shelter. Let's go to the carnival. And I always thought that was kind of stupid. Like, these people are stupid. But you know what? After this pandemic, I could totally believe that now. That people are that
Florida
stupid.
will be the first place to get destroyed. Yeah.
like in the new Godzilla, like Godzilla versus Kong, like that. Doesn't he attack Florida at the beginning? Yeah,
that's the first place you get.
Yeah, so I can believe that. You can't tell me
what you do, Godzilla.
Yeah, in a world where a big giant threat is happening, and people, hey, go find shelter. No, they won't. Let's go check it out.
Godzilla is a hoax.
Yeah, my freedom, you're taking away my rights
body,
to
my
be in
choice.
public. Yeah, my fucking don't take away my freedom to go to the park.
Right.
While Godzilla's stomping through it. Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, about 3 out of 5, and you're booked out. Yeah, I mean, the other book I got on here was Post Americana, that dope ass book by Steve Scroce. Really cool art, and it's like a post-apocalyptic tale, making a lot of political commentary on it. It's dope. Another 5 out of 5. I love that book too. Probably my favorite book of the year. Very detailed, really detailed art, very violent and bloody, right up my alley. Post Americana. We're up to number 5 now. Yeah, it's great. And that's it. That's all I got.
Cool. Well, like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. If I sound any differently, it's because my mic broke seconds before we started recording, so I had to find another way to get this done. Have no idea how it's going to turn out. Probably won't sound any different. This is probably me being anal, but that's just me. And like I said, we got other podcasts we got going on. We got
you could like lie about it and say I was dropping mad verses and I totally slayed the mic, and that's why
the mic just started smoking.
Yeah, man. I spit so hard my mic broke.
And the headphones, just like like I said, and there will be a top 5 this week also on Tuesday. I won't be there. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and say why I'm not going to be there, because I know you guys are going to clown me on the show anyway. I have to work because there's a co-worker that's having surgery, and I'm the only person that knows how to fill their position. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that for the next 2 weeks and stuff like that. So we'll figure it out. I also
gotta make them ends.
Pretty much. But here's the thing: I may or may not, if I'm not too busy enough, I may comment my top 5 while y'all record.
All right, yeah, there you go.
But I can't make any promises. So, like I said, until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet.